go. We did it.
Do you like comic books? Do you like art? Do you like indie creators? Well, if the answer to those is no, okay, see you later. Welcome back to West Coast Davengers. I'm Dave, your host, the man in the chair, the man with no hair. Anyway. I'm bringing you my recap of the Ed Piskor 2025. That is the Ed Piskor inspired convention put on by his family outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in West Mifflin, which is like being in Pittsburgh. Look, I'm not a map, okay? This is going to be a recap of my point of view. I can't do everything. It's not possible. But what I did was I interviewed as many creators as I could to give them some airtime and my undivided attention. As well, I picked up a bunch of stuff that I'm going to show you after I show the clips. Big shout out to everybody in the Piskor clan. Everybody did great jobs. Justine, thank you so much for also just your hospitality in general, and Bob as well. And it was great to see everybody. It was great to hang out with everybody. It was a 2-day event this year, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th. I had a fantastic time, but I was exhausted because I'm running around with a camera talking to people all day. But I had a great time. That's really, honestly what I took from this. If you haven't watched the panel yet, I put the panel with Mahfood, Rugg, Tom Scioli, Michel Fiffe, hosted by Justine. I posted that a couple weeks ago, as well as the comic store hunt that we did, all of us together. Just a great time overall. So watch the footage, come back, I'll show you what I got, and then I'll send you on your merry way, and you can go make more comics. You can read more comics, but you definitely should be kind. I can't wink. All right, here we are, Ed Piskor. It's Kazra, Gabari, and Tyler Turner. Yeah, they don't want to be filmed. I guess they must be too fucking popular. Connor, you show us what you're going to show off, though.
That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 50 Treasury Edition. It's all Eastman pencils. You'll have to find me again once I open it up. But this thing absolutely rules. Hidden Treasure, $7. And wait.
And what else is he showing off?
Just get a close up on that. It's the Richard Corbin Den 3 Brute Edition. These French artist editions that nobody knows about there.
No.
This thing's rule.
And now I have to find one. It's funny. Shout out to you, because you showed off the Spider-Man tryout book.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sanford Green had me track one down.
Really?
Yeah. He saw the Heroes video. Sanford, if you're watching this, we're talking about you. So, thanks for that. Yeah.
Dude, it's such a fun book. The JR pencils are amazing. I want to track a second one down just to go through.
Have one. Yeah. Well, enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, friends, we're here with Tom Scioli. Tom, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tom Scioli. I make comics. I write them, draw them, color them, letter them. I've got my own, creator-owned stuff.
That's right.
Like Space Opera Xanadex. This is the newest thing. And then I also do things like Godzilla, Fantastic Four Grand Design. I also make biographical comics. The true life story of Jack Kirby.
That's right.
And Stan Lee. So pretty much you name it.
What, besides Jack Kirby, what's your biggest inspiration to becoming a comic creator?
Yeah, other than Jack Kirby, I guess if I was going to name a name, it would be like Frank Miller. But just wanting to draw, just wanting to make cool pictures and tell stories through visual imagery. Just that basic drive to do that.
And Xanadex is your newest book?
That's my newest one, yeah.
Give us a little tagline. What would sell it?
Yeah, it's the story of a brooding cyborg loner and his revenge quest through outer space. He fights robots. There's space pirates, out of control mutant monsters.
And Wolverine-like laser claws.
Retractable, laser claws, similar to the kind of stuff Wolverine does, except it's like if Wolverine had like lightsabers
Yes.
instead of claws.
And it's got humor in it, which all of your books tend to lean into.
Can't help it.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
comes out.
Well, I mean, comics is rooted in humor.
Yeah, they're called the funny.
Yeah.
And they're the comics. Comic.
Yeah, it's a synonymous name. So you're one of the few creators that's able to make completely original creator-owned stuff and play in other sandboxes. Is there a sandbox that you haven't played in yet that you would like to?
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, like Star Wars is an obvious one.
Yeah.
Like anything I grew up with. So like He-Man, the Micronauts,
Yeah.
just all that kind of stuff.
And lastly,
Thundar the Barbarian. I know there is a Thundar the Barbarian comic like coming out soon, or maybe it's already
is there?
out. Or something. I've heard things about that, but that's one. Anything with like somebody with like a sword and monsters.
So-
Conan. I've never done a.
oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I'm here talking about He-Man and Thundar, but how about like,
The
original
OG,
guy?
the OG. And for people looking to get into your work of what's available, what would you say is the best book to start with, Tom?
The best
Scioli?
entry point. Wow, that's a good question. I mean, Space Opera Xanax is a good one just because it's in print. It's readily available.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff I do has lapsed out of print.
Right.
But Godzilla's Monster Beach Theater, there's plenty of those. I mean, that's still in print too. So
And-
that's like a good one too.
And for my part, one of my favorite books to come out in the last year, Godzilla Monster
Oh,
Beast
thanks.
Theater. Yes.
I mean, if you want to learn something, then maybe check out my Jack Kirby book or my Stan Lee book.
That's true.
You'll actually learn something that might apply to life, where the other ones are just like pure fun.
Yes. Well, hey, that's the dichotomy of comics.
Yeah.
So, well, Tom, thank you. Check out Total Recall Show.
Yeah, check out
Check them out on the book show.
All right, we're here with Kevin Delgado, and Kevin's got a surprise for me. I have not seen this yet, and it's a Jar Jar.
I want to see his reaction. You should flip the camera on him. Oh, okay. So this is Inception.
Jar Jar Grievous. Oh,
I was like, how do you make the worst Star Wars character the coolest one?
or how do you make the coolest Star Wars character even cooler?
Yes, there you go.
Misa. Oh my God! Now I need this. See, I need this to exist.
Yes.
I
I
need.
figured he would use his Sith powers to use Grievous's body.
He took over General Grievous's appendages so he could have 6 lightsabers, because if I was a dirty Sith Lord, I'd want to wield 6 lightsabers too.
That's right. That's right. Now, Kevin, second year at Eddie P. Con.
That's right.
What's the most inspirational thing about this con for you?
The family. I've gotten to know everyone in the family, pretty well, I would
Yeah.
say. And it's just, you sense the love, kind of. So, it's just a good vibe. And
Yeah.
I like a really nice, positive vibe. Everyone's chill, laid back. Very supportive. I came here with, the super positive and, just very, happy.
Yes.
I just want to come, chill, meet cool people, hopefully sell some stuff. But even if I don't, it's I'm still gonna have a good time.
And for the people out there watching this video, where can they find your stuff, and what should they buy?
I would say support Tough Stuff, because that's my baby, and I write, pencil, ink, color, and all that stuff. You can check out my variants. I'm on Instagram at the-Kevin-Delgado. I'm on Facebook at Delgado space Kevin, or The Art of Kevin Delgado. I do Whatnot, so it's the Kevin Delgado on Whatnot. I'm pretty active on there. That's
Cool.
where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All right. Look who we're here with. It's the stand-up man, because he's stand-up Dan. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Schlissel. I run Stand Up Records, a comedy record label that uses a lot of cartoon art.
Yes. Yes, including Danny LaBelle.
Danny LaBelle, cover art by Ed Piskor.
Logo by Shepard Fairey.
Logo by Shepard Fairey, and art There's art by Jack.
Oh, shit. And we are here with Sam McClurg.
How's it going, Dave?
Sam, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Sam McClurg, and I am a cartoonist, as you can see here, from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And Dave is a good buddy of mine, and I love him very much.
Who's Dave? Oh, wait, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
Where's Comic Tim? Where's he at?
Whoa. I don't know. I don't know where he is. I don't know. I think he's back. Let the people know what you've been up to and what they can find and how they can find you.
Sure.
Just not your home address, because that, you know.
Well, I mean,
it's a dicey proposition.
I'll give you my home address, but only if you come nude. Yeah, so it's just sam-mcclurg.com. That's where you can find me. You can find my YouTube and everything like that there as well. I've put out a couple of anthologies this year as well. I've put out some sketchbooks, and then I custom make stencils, guides, circle guides, halftone guides, so on and so forth. I currently have an issue called White Line Deadline up on Kickstarter. That's in its pre-launch phase, so make sure you go there and click that link and back that. And then that will be going live here in a couple weeks, so the more people that we can get on the pre-launch, the better.
All right. Well, Sam, links, description, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to make sure. We got some Sam. We're here with Vero Stewart. Hello, Vero. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hello. My name is Vero. I'm a Cuban American artist from Florida originally, and I live in New Hampshire now. I am a painter and a cartoonist and an illustrator, and I can lick my elbow. I love dinosaurs and wildlife. Yeah, that's me. I love my absolute favorite, most favorite superhero in the entire world is Big Barda. Yeah. I love good storytelling. I love good art.
And what's your newest outputs?
My newest output is my sketchbook collection from Zero. It collects all of my work from 2018 to now in the style of my Moleskine sketchbook, which I have right here. This is the one that I'm working on right now. But I collect these, and much like Dan, I write the year on the side. He does volumes, I do years.
Yes.
And it collects all of the stuff because I have hundreds of these, but it also collects, I do paintings of them sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it's all of these little pieces that a lot of people haven't necessarily seen because they're not like the portfolio pieces. They're in my sketchbooks in my house.
Okay, now here's the question. Birds or aquatic life? If you had to choose one.
Are you trying to destroy me?
Yes. For anybody that doesn't understand, I mean, there's a lot of birds, but there's also Barda and aquatic life. Birds, Barda, and barnacles. There's your next book.
Oh my God. This is going to be controversial, probably. Don't cancel me, please. But I'm going to go birds.
Wow.
And I'm going to say birds because there's nothing that can lift your spirits more than when you wake up for the first time in the winter at the very end to hear the birds singing and you know you haven't heard them all winter.
I will go aquatic life because there's nothing finer than watching somebody get attacked by a shark.
You know what? You're not wrong.
It's their ocean.
You're not wrong. It's two different sides.
Yeah. I choose chaos. You choose peace. So, well, you can find Vero Stewart via the links in the description below. Check out her work and follow her on socials.
How's my hair?
We're here with
boogers?
Michel. Yeah, you got.
Any dandruff?
Yeah, your beard is a little out of whack too.
All right, cool.
We're here with Michel Fiffe. Michel, please introduce yourself.
You just did.
No, but like a little more.
Michel Fiffe, I draw a comic book called Cobra. And here it is. What's left?
And yes, tell us about...
It just wrapped up. So, yeah, I did, 50 issues? Wrote, drew, colored, lettered, self-published 50 issues. And I'm celebrating by being here at Eddie P. Comic-Con.
When did you start Cobra?
2012. Late 2012, so it's been over a decade, yeah.
13 years.
Of me just like churning out issue after issue.
And
it's been my life.
It's been your life, but it's collected, right? People can still find.
Collected, yeah. Check it out. Right here, I'm working on a little commission piece, but this is the hardcover. It collects the first 12 issues. It's by Image Comics. They release the collections. I do the issues. It's also available on trade paperback format, 6 issues at a time, and those are readily available. All this stuff is available as, it should be in every store in the country and worldwide. So.
And speaking about every store in the country worldwide, for creators that are trying to get into stores, you also have something.
Creating Copra, which is like my DIY ultimate guide to making comic books. At least the way I make comic books, from sketching plots and ideas to shipping to stores. I cover everything I know. So it started out as a zine, or the idea of like a 10-page zine, and then now it's a 64-page book. That's my bestseller. So I recommend it.
Amazing.
And I put that out, not Image. I'm the one who ships this directly to the reader.
It wouldn't be DIY all the way if you didn't put that book out.
Exactly.
A shout out to my friend Ethan, who used to own Destiny City Comics, because he carried Copra
Ethan.
on the regular.
Shout out to Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan HD.
Thank you, Ethan.
The only wrestler / comic book store owner to exist in the U.S.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. So, Michel, let's just talk very briefly about something we'll probably do a podcast about. Who's your favorite comic book creator from your childhood?
Oh, from my childhood.
That we share a love for.
Well, Todd, of course.
Yes.
Todd is up there in my Mount Rushmore of formative cartoonists.
Rhymes with God, bud.
That's right. Thanks for the reminder. I like that guy. I like the way he Mark makes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you were
to this day, we were talking about how we love a new Todd comic.
Yeah.
Or even just a collection of his, just the way he inks. That would be amazing. So.
And there's a phrase that I like to say, but you also know it too. And we'll close out with that phrase about Todd. Do you know what it is?
If you see Todd, consider Todd. Consider it. Check your wallet.
This interview's
your
over.
online banking. Be careful. Come on. You don't want to splurge. Buy Todd, of course. Come on. If you see Todd, buy Todd.
And if you see Michel, buy Michel, and then buy a coffee for Michel.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
I'm somewhat with it.
Tom, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tom Williams.
Thanks. And what? And give us a little background of who you are and why you have skulls.
I like skulls.
Are you like Danzig? Do you want skulls? Because Danzig wants your skulls. So, but you're an artist, a creator, a cartoonist,
Maker.
And a painter.
Lover.
And a lover.
Gentle lover.
Are you a bitch, a lover? What's the song? How does it go? I'm a bitch, I'm a lover. Tell us about what you're working on or what you've worked on in the past.
I've done a lot of stuff for different publishers, Oni Press, IDW, Dark Horse, Z2 Comics, Image.
And do you, for example, this Ghost Rider piece?
Yeah.
Did you just do this for fun?
I just did for grins. I'm trying to restart up my portfolio. It needed some kind of freshening up. I've been doing posters for different local shows. That one's actually was in my hometown. They're going to be trying it again next year. Because if you notice the date, it's 2020.
Yes.
I did both of these posters before the pandemic, and
we know what happened then.
Yeah.
We do. So looking at your work, I'm big on influences. I like to know what people are influenced by.
Yeah.
Who are some of your big influences? Because this is fine art stuff and this is beautiful. And I'd love to know, when you were younger, who were you looking at growing up?
Well, I grew up in kind of a small town, sort of rural setting. So really it was Norman Rockwell and comics. And my cousin-in-law was actually a ceramist in the pop art vein.
Yeah.
So I was exposed to some fine art early on as a kid. And I'm fine now.
Which is something that you don't hear too many people talk about looking at as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unique. Where can people find you? Not physically, but on the internet.
DrawRobotDesigns.com. And Draw Robot is my handle on most socials.
All right. Well, my friend Tom, thank you. And skull time.
Have dinner first.
It's just a little introduction. Oh, hello.
Hey, I'm Justine. I'm Bree. And we're here at the Eddie P Comic Con. We just got tatted up. Well, I just got tatted up. What time is yours? 1:30. Bree's going soon. Little Dancing with the Stars tribute. Second Eddie P Con. People are coming in. We got lines at the gyms tables.
Yeah, the gyms are popular.
The
Wherever
gyms.
there's gym, there's people.
If there's gym, there's people. It's one thing I know. One thing I learned.
What are you looking forward to the most? Either or both of you this weekend?
Everybody just getting out there, getting their artwork out there, celebrating the art.
Meet new people, seeing new comics from familiar faces, you know.
My goal is to not be behind the table the whole time like I did last year, and I've only been back there for about 3 minutes. We're technically on the dance floor. There's my. Here's another one.
There's another one. So we're just dance beneath your.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're not here with Kazra. We're here with the artiste.
Hey, how you doing?
Mr. Jeremy.
What's up?
Introduce yourself, Jeremy. Everybody knows who you are, but do it for the new people.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Hiler. I go by Jeremy Hiler Art on Instagram. And you might know my work as I did Batman Year None, a comic about Batman, and it's a silent book. I also did Always My Father, a Splinter bootleg, and I did Godzilla Peace on Earth last year. So this is all done in 1 year. A lot of books, 8 books, fantastic work.
And what
now
do you have coming up?
I'm working on my own personal book called Virulent. It's going to be a superhero book, but it's going to give you all the emotional beats and things that you've seen in my previous work, you're going to see here. Working on it, hopefully into releasing next year. And I'm super ecstatic about it. Yeah, take a look at that.
And we're here at the Eddie P Con. Now, why don't we talk about this beautiful piece of art?
Yeah, absolutely. So Justine, Ed's sister, reached out to me. She had a stick figure drawing, and she was like, hey, can you make this? And it was very, very crude. I loved it. And I was like, yeah, I could go from there. And within like less than a day, I had this whipped up for her. And she was just like, oh my God, you got exactly what I was looking for. So, and what was fun about it was just coming up with the larger-than-life personality, the kayfabe effect, the wrestling aspects to it all. Had to put that in there.
Yeah.
Fun to do, man.
And so you got Virulent coming up, and
Yeah.
you just released your first sketchbook.
Yeah, my first sketchbook's out. It's basically dedicated to my art. A lot of it was lost. I got hacked a couple years ago, so no one knows any of my previous work. I had to restart from zero. So within that 2020 range of getting an iPad, you see all that development and then switches into my traditional work. So you can see the last basically 4 years of work placed in this book. And it also shows off a breakout of all my books that I did last year, so you can see actually all the work done, even if you don't have my books.
Sweet.
So it's a fabulous piece, man.
And everybody can find you online. You are
Jeremy
Mr.
Hiler
Jeremy
Art.
Hiler. Ooh,
Yeah.
I won't put that up.
You're okay.
Okay. And well, you know, you're no stranger to my audience, but it's always good catching up with you, my friend. And also big shout out and cheers to you for doing a Jaws 50th
How could we
anniversary
not?
sticker.
My favorite movie, man. How could we not?
Greatest movie of all time.
That's right.
All right, Jeremy. Appreciate you, brother.
Please do.
We're here with Chris Oriento. Introduce yourself, Chris.
Oh, I'm Crazy Chris the Cartoonist, and I created, written, and drawn all these comics. I sell them out my book bag. It's mostly wrestling comics. This is the late, great Sabu. I got chapter 1, chapter 2. I sent this one to Sabu's sister, and she said a lot of nice words. She was awesome. And this is my latest and greatest Crypto Crossface. It's only chapter 1, just revealing a slither of what's coming up next.
Sure, sure.
And then this is my Stonerific comic, The Adventures of Bob Ross and the Kung Fu Squirrel. It's my B exploitation film that during 2020, me and my wife were watching Bob Ross, The Influence, and a squirrel popped out of his pocket during one of the episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a freaking comic.
That's
That
amazing.
right there. I was like, she goes, who gonna do it? She's like, who's gonna be the enemies? And I'm like, the whole PBS universe. Yeah. Like,
So influences are Bob Ross and wrestling.
yeah.
What other influences of yours do you want to explore for comics?
Comics. I would like to continually go down the Bob Ross route, but I want to finish that. The Sabu Chapter 3 is what I'm working on now. To close that up. As one thick book.
Okay.
And then I'll go right back to Crippler Crossface. But I just love comics. Like we stood up till 3 in the morning last night drawing and
awesome.
It was awesome in the hotel.
And Chris, where can people find you?
Oh, at CJ Oriento on Instagram.
That's where you are.
Yeah.
Besides in person at a con right now.
Yeah, and I'm at a lot of indie shows. I'm at the HOG shows most of the time. In wrestling indie show parking lots, just
slinging books
and talking promo and shit.
Hell yeah, Chris.
I gotta be a heel out there.
Well, thanks, and I'm excited to take a look at your books.
Thank you so much.
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate this.
All right, friends, we are here with a legend all the way from Hawaii, Alika Seki.
How's it going, everybody?
Introduce yourself.
Aloha, Alika Seki from Maui Comics, out here at the Eddie P. Comic Con.
That's right.
Celebrating the legacy of the great Ed Piskor.
That's right. And so you owned a comic store for how long?
We just closed after 10 years. Our physical location still going. If you guys want to hit, you know me, heavy metal, Ninja Turtles, whatever else. I still got all my stuff, but we don't have a physical storefront anymore. 10 years of that, 05 to 2015 to 2025, but you know.
And as it pertains to Cartoonist Kayfabe, you were one of the early mentions and people to send books in.
Yeah, obviously, Cartoonist Kayfabe, what's not to love? So it's like everybody who was on that channel, they started strong, you know what I mean? Like the audience was into it, and you can't go wrong with Wizard, obviously.
That's right.
And I heard they had a small blind spot for heavy metal, and I was just so eager to. I think that was my first mention, was the heavy metals box that I sent in. But that you got to share heavy metals.
Yeah, and then you sent a bunch of Hawaiian comics in too.
Yeah, you got to give the Hawaii guys some shine, because people don't realize the Hawaii comic scene is very strong. And I was talking to Michel Fiffe about it. There was this organization called House of Cartoons from like the 70s and 80s. That's had guys like Dennis Fujitake and Stan Sakai. And the guy who introduced me to House of Cartoons and gave me the history was John J. Murakami. And he's a great comic artist that's still doing it to this day. So if you guys get a chance, John J. Murakami, check out his stuff, great cartoony style.
Awesome. Well, Alika, thanks for coming out to this, and it's been great to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I mean, it's, you know how it is with social media. You think you know everybody already. It's like,
feels
but
that
good,
way.
But good to give everybody a hug and say what's up.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Dave. Aloha.
Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
What's up? I'm Matt, a.k.a. Junk and Draw.
And I'm Brian Christopher Moss. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I've never met you before, neither of you. So what do we got? What did you guys bring that's new? What are we working on?
Oh, you gotta say new, huh? New? I got some new old stuff. We got some Pizza Paladin. We got some Kayfabe Tobers. I have some shitty mech postcards. They're
Those
nice
are not
postcards
shitty.
of shitty mechs. The mechs are shitty.
The mechs
You know
are
what I'm
shitty.
saying?
You did this. This is new
Yeah,
too.
I got this nice little free print for all the homies who come by and get one. I don't own any of these guys. Yeah. and stickers galore.
And let's take a look at this sticker you just showed us.
Yeah, ADP.
This is awesome.
We'll be giving those out momentarily.
And B. Moss, what do you got?
I got Project Unicorn, my recent book from my Kickstarter. So yeah, it's exclusive here. This is, I had to pull them from the vault. So this is the last few I have. So yeah.
All right, and we're here at Eddie P. Con, and we've got K-Fam Sunday in effect in the house. Tomorrow will actually be K-Fam Sunday.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
I
That's
didn't
right.
think about that.
And it's Eddie P. Con 2025, the second. We call it the second annual, I guess.
Yeah.
The second annual
celebration.
Second celebration. There we go. And there should always be a celebration. We should always read more comics and make more comics.
Hell yeah. Read more comics.
And kick ass.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks, boys.
My name is Julio, also known as J Villain. I am an artist from Miami, and I have my Rock Miami zine, the only comic zine that represents the 305. I'm also Cuban, and we have a saying called Dale. That's why my company is called Dale Comics. Dale stands for let's go. Dale stands for do it. Dale stands for let's do this. Dale stands for yes, sir. And my new comic the concept is a 1990s superhero version of Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this was created specifically for this con. It was inspired by watching a video with Eddie P, and it's dedicated to Eddie P.
I'm really kind of obsessed with people's influences and what they were looking at a young age to form who they were. What are some of your comic or art influences that you were looking at a young age?
Well, so at a very young age, I grew up in Cuba, so we didn't have a lot of comics. So the few comics that we had were comics from pre-revolution days, where smart kids, they kept and held on to their comics. So I believe some of the first comics I saw was like old Batman comics, old Disney comics. Then when we emigrated here to the United States, I fell in love with 1990s X-Men, 1990s like Rob Liefeld, and Ninja Turtles. Like I wear it on my sleeve, and those are my influences. Kirby is always one of my favorite artists. Rob Liefeld, and that kind of stuff. Outlaw, Tim Vigil.
I was just gonna say, because I've read a couple of the Rock Miami, I see a lot of underground in your books.
Yes.
Not even just the art, but the dialogue and just kind of the storytelling. So Tim Vigil makes sense.
Yeah, the way that I approach my comics is I want anybody that reads one of my comics to get a full story, front and back, and just not have to worry about it. So each one of my comics is you're basically hanging out with these characters, and their drama, and they're not all good, they're not all bad, they're kind of somewhere in between.
People.
They're people. Yeah.
So, well, appreciate you. And where can they find you on the interwebs?
So you can find me on Instagram at jvillanart.
Right.
My store is jvillanart at bigcartel.com, and that's where you could get these 4 babies right now, and soon to come this one right here. This one is my favorite so far. It's my newest child, as I like to call him, and I just hope you hit me up.
We're here with Food One, a.k.a. Jimmy Jams, a.k.a. the Chocolate Milk Bandit. Introduce yourself.
What Dave just said. My name's Jimmy Food, a.k.a. Food One, a.k.a. the Chocolate Milk Bandit, a.k.a. YouTube's favorite comic book celebrity.
I would agree to that.
With my old friend Chuck Amuck,
Amuck in the house.
who we met 30 years ago at the Atomic Comics chain of stores in Arizona. Chuck was the #1 employee there, hustling comic books,
I can't say #1, but I was
kicking out weird, awkward fanboys out of the comic shop,
that was the gig.
and dealing with, cut this out of the video, and dealing with crazy ass.
I'm not going to cut that out of the video.
And here we are 30 years later in Pittsburgh at the Eddie P Con, chilling and celebrating art and comics.
That's right.
And participating in raffles.
And you have something coming along the way.
Yes.
A little brief description of what we're about to see.
Yes. So, guys, the next creator-owned superhero parody comic, Arachnid Enforcer, launching October 1st on Kickstarter. 48 pages of glorious, spookified destruction, starring all your favorite new characters, Arachnid Enforcer, a weird crew of, bad guys, head explosions, pumpkins, Halloween-themed madness, and Gangster Boogie, his sidekick manager, assistant, and people can sign up for the pre-launch. We suddenly have light. I said pre-launch, and the lights.
Yes, and the lights launched.
Which Dave has put the link
in the description below.
Yeah.
Plus, you're also going to see Jim on everything on my channels in the next month.
Yeah, you'll probably get tired of us.
Yeah, and if you don't, well, by the end of the year you will, because we're going to Japan together.
That's true, too. So look for over a dozen videos.
The new Jim Venger.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Sorry, Sean. Sorry, Mateo. Sorry, Chris. It's mine. Peace. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jim Rugg, co-creator of Cartoonist Kayfabe, Street Angel, Aphrodisiac, Alien Disclosure. I do a lot of self-publishing, so I could keep going, but I will, maybe The Plain Janes, I'll throw that one in there too, one of the first young adult graphic novels ever published in America.
And probably the only cartoonist to make a wrestling zine and a porn zine.
And they go so well together.
They
I can't
do.
believe I'm the first.
I mean, Val Venus was the perfect example of that.
How's he not my cover subject?
But Jim, we're here at the second Eddie P. Con, and your newest output actually is the Alien Disclosure zine, the porn zine, and your newest piece of work, which Third Eye Comics doing a Youngblood 1 variant cover, homaging Absolute Batman #1.
Yes.
What's your, let me get, I mean, for those people that don't know, your attachment to that era, Image, Youngblood, like, how strong is that attachment?
The attachment's extremely strong. I started reading comics in the late 80s. I just wrote a book about Barry Windsor Smith's Weapon X, and I talk about this. Like, one of the first comics I bought, Marvel Comics Presents with Wolverine, saw the list of credits. By the time I got home from the store, I wanted to be a comic book artist, and that's never wavered. Then I buy Wolverine #10, drawn by John Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz, and I go, this is a lot better than the Marvel Comics Presents. Oh, it must be these artists, you know? And I get How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by John Buscema, and it kind of explains to me, oh, I love this artist. Now I start following artists. So, like, I was following artists before I was following characters. Honestly, I've always followed artists and really not so much the characters. So that was always my track, and that meant, like, I'd find a new favorite artist, and I would start whatever they were doing. I wanted the first comic book they drew. You know, I wasn't looking for the first appearance of a character. I was looking for the first appearance of Todd McFarlane's names in the credits. And so those were my favorite artists. You know, cut to the beginning of Image, you know, 91, there's Liefeld's got X-Force, Jim Lee as X-Men, McFarlane sadly is leaving Spider-Man, but the summer before, you know, I was all about that, and these were my favorite artists. When a new book of theirs came out, I didn't have a comic book store. It was Wednesday or Thursday at the local newsstand. It made my day if it was like the new issue of X-Force, new issue of New Mutants when Liefeld was on it. All my favorite artists. And whenever I hear they're going to quit Marvel because they want to own their own characters, my dream changed from wanting to be a comic book artist drawing Wolverine or Spider-Man to wanting to be a comic book artist drawing my own characters, because that's what my heroes were doing at the time. And, you know, it's just that age. Like, I always think when you find this stuff, affects how you respond to it. And that stuff was like, I was the perfect age for my favorite artist to go off and invent a bunch of new characters. It's, by the way, after all the issue ones come out, Eric Larson's Savage Dragon becomes my favorite book for a long time. And so that's what that means to me, and I revisit that stuff. You know, I just finished a series of covers, 15 covers for Blood Squad 7, and these covers pay homage to those early 1990s Image books, particularly the Extreme Studios books. So you're catching me whenever they're, you know, this stuff is always not too far from the front of my brain, but you're really catching me after I've spent a year and a half kind of revisiting that stuff and thinking about it, not just whenever I'm in middle school, but sort of 30 years later, having a career as a designer and a cartoonist and, you know, very different sensibilities, and still loving that stuff, still finding it very exciting, and still finding new things in it whenever I revisit it.
Right, right.
So it means a lot.
Yes.
It means a lot, Dave.
Huge influence, huge influence. And I'd ask you about your porn influences, but that's not the right thing to ask.
That feels personal.
Yeah, that's a little too personal. But anyway, Jim Rugg, the man. Look for that at Third Eye Comics if you haven't seen it yet, the Alien Zine and all of the good stuff here. Jim, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
We are going to see what I picked up. I wish I picked up more, to be honest. I could just not get to everything and everybody. But let's start off with a good pal of mine, Honest Lines by the great Jeremy Hyler. This is basically his work that he's done over the last couple of years, plus some older stuff and some newer stuff. But this is I wouldn't even call this a sketchbook. This is like an artist edition of sorts of all of the work that he's done. Covers, commissions, stuff from the books that he's got coming out, stuff from books he already released, work for clients, But just you got it all here, including pieces that he's done for yours truly, including the Jaws piece and the Darth Jar Jar piece, the Eddie P poster, his new book that he's got coming out. So look, a little bit of everything from somebody who has been working nonstop and also is just brilliant at what he does. Jeremy Hyler Art on Instagram. You can pick that book up from him. Hopefully, I don't know. You'll have to ask him. So Christopher Oriento, he is a big wrestling fanatic and is making these great books, including that one about Chris Benoit, which his story is a hard one to digest, but it's what happened, I should say. But this Bob Ross and the Kung Fu Squirrel, I was delighted to have him give me after I purchased this Crippler Crossface comic. And he has a ton of other comics, and he's a big wrestling guy, like I said. You should check out Chris. He's on Instagram. I'll try to get everybody's links in the description below, but you can also just look up Chris Oriento. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if not, Chris. Next up is my buddy Ian Cinco. He gifted me a copy of Neon Spring, which is a great book. If I have this already, I'm happy to give that out to somebody. And then Ian is also in Lion Cosmique, which is the first anthology magazine from Cosmic Lion. You can see all of the people that are featured in here. Big shout out to Eli Schwab for putting this together. But there is a Neon Spring piece by Ian in here somewhere. This is great. I can recommend this for two reasons. One, because the creators and the comics that are in here are fantastic. And also, yours truly is in here with a direct edition West Coast Davengers advertisement. So this is Lion Cosmique #1. It's a $15 cover price, much like it's kind of modeled after the old Cheval Noir. So, and there's Ian's piece in Neon Springs. So big shout out to you, Ian. From my buddy Sam McClurg, here comes his greatest sketches, which is his wrap up of 2024 to 2025, and I picked up his Spawn one because it's me, and I love Spawn. You can check out Sam on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. He also has a Kickstarter coming up for his first his first ever crowdfunded book. He also has been doing anthology called Samsational Anthology, which I think he should do one called Samthology. But that's just me. You can scan this QR code to find Sam. Love you, dude. This, I don't know who gave this to me, and there is no name in it. So first rule of creator-owned stuff and self-published stuff, make sure your contact information, your name is in it, because I can't credit you if I don't know who you are. And people can pick this up, bad caliber. They can follow you on social. Maybe I don't know. I got these from Jeff. I guess it was Jeffrey and Danny Ferbert. Jeffrey Williams, that is. Dick Blaster. Flat feet, hard dicks. And these are just funny little mini comics. I'm excited to flip through them. I have not had a chance to look at anything. This stuff has been sitting in a pile for me to shoot this video since I got in. And, well, now that I'm home, I can start sitting down and reading it. Oh, and I forgot this one. Read more at electrictransitwordpress.com. Dick Blaster. I apologize. I forget who gave this to me. It was a crazy weekend, but I am definitely going to read it. Said I would like it. Die Dark. As I get more into manga and I spend more time in Japan this year, I am excited to dive into stuff I don't know. So that's Die Dark. All right, so Tales of the Extra Normal. I got 3 books. Volume 1, the Halloween special, and issue number 3. This was put together by Mike Walls, and it is an anthology style here. Different stories, different art. Very much indie creator and very much a lot of underground flavor in this stuff. They also had coffee, which I would have bought if I thought I had any more room in my suitcase after all of the comics that I picked up. But no dice, no coffee. No woman, no cry, no coffee, many cry. So once again, another thing that I'm excited to look through. and dig in. So this collects issues 1 and 2. There's 3, and then the Halloween special, Mike Walls. You can find that stuff right here. Next up is Jay Villain. I met him at in Florida last year, and also I believe we met at Heroes too. This is his newest comic, The Metamorphosis, which is based off of Kafka. And he has some Miami-based comics that I've showed off on the channel before. This is something different, and I'm excited to take a look at it. He also has very underground vibes in his stuff. You know, I know we've talked about Tim Vigil before. I believe we did. That's the kind of vibes I get from this, mixed with some gooey disgustingness of his own creation. Jay Villain. You can find him on Instagram under Jay Villain. I'm going to keep going with the books. Big shout out to Jeff from Phantom of the Attic, who was there. I was able to meet Jeff for the first time. He had a copy of The Beats, which is one of the few Eddie Piskor joints that I do not own, that I've never read. And I'm excited because I was into the Beats for a long time in my 20s and my early 30s. And to see cartoonists take a crack at it is really cool, especially Ed Piskor. And then he had a bunch of signed copies of Red Room #1 left over, so I just scooped a couple of those up. I'm sorry, this is Red Room #2. I scooped a couple of these up. I'm going to keep one, and I think 2 of these are going to be giveaways at some point on my channel. So that was from Phantom of the Attic. Big shout out, huge shout out to my buddy, homie, Connor Valentin. He gifted me one of these. And this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue #50 Treasury Edition, which has the entire story in layouts with notes from Kevin Eastman, all done in ballpoint pen. I did not know that this existed. And it's not super expensive. You can still find these on eBay for relatively cheap. But who knew that this existed? Well, he did. He specializes in knowing stuff exists that I don't even know. So big shout out to you, Connor, as well. I had seen Connor at Heroes this year, and he showed me that he did this Doom Ash Can, mini comic, I should say. And I was kind of jealous that I wasn't able to get one. And Connor was nice enough to gift me one of his last copies. So thank you so much, Connor. You can see Connor walking around with that Marvel team-up book in the Heroes video. If you're at New York Comic Con and you see him, that's the person. Eric Larson is hopefully going to ink his Marvel tryout book at some point. And I told Eric about that on my direct edition interview. Shout out to a guy known as Jim Rugg for gifting this to me. Leo Derrick is in the Heart of Danger. This is from the 80s. This is done by Joshua Stewart and James Stewart. And it looks like a Lost Bond movie or something. And Jim spoke very highly about this, and so I'm excited to read that. And then I'm just going to show this off. This is one of those things, as the kids say, IYKYK. If you know, you know. Thanks, Jim. And finally, of the comic stuff I got, I had to buy some stuff from Tom Scioli because I like supporting Tom Scioli. So I got a couple of issues of the Myth of Eight Opus, 1st, 3rd, and 4th issue. But there's those, all signed by Tom. As well, I got a copy of Final Frontier and a copy. This thing is hilarious. I bought one of these from him at Heroes. This is Satan's Soldier by Tom. If you don't know Tom's work, like, he is such a versatile creator, but everything that he creates has like a little bit of a sense of humor to it. And this Satan's Soldier is absolutely full of laughable moments and great cartooning. Big shout out to you, Tom. So let's get to the art. Thank you to Mama P. She gifted me this piece that she did. This is a print of it, obviously of her late son, Ed. Beautiful piece. Thank you so much. From Jim Rugg and his Comics Up zine that he did, where he mashed up a bunch of different characters into one. Obviously the head, the dome, you're looking at Homer Simpson. But it's Dick Tracy, Mickey Mouse, Boris, and Homer Simpson is one character. So there's Boris. I guess Dick Tracy is the jawline, and then the eyes are Mickey. Love it. For my friend Tom Williams, I was digging through his box of art and I found this Batman and Robin piece that just really spoke to me of how weird it is, and slightly uncomfortable and weird. It's how I like my art, and it's apparently now I know it's how I like my Batman and my Robin. Just ridiculous how Robin is like hitting against him and he's blocking. Anyway, Tom, big shout out to you. Tom Williams is a great artist. If you have a chance to ever see his work in person, he has a couple of different styles and they're all kind of unique, and his artwork is a pleasure to look at. Big shout out to you, Tom. All right, for my buddy Kevin Delgado, surprised me with this Darth Jar Jar piece. He told me he was doing one. We talked about it. He asked me like what size, and I was like, well, 11 by 17 is fine. But I had no clue what he was going to do. And he turned Jar Jar into Jar Jar Sidious. It's fantastic. Kevin's awesome. You should check out his art. You can find him at Kevin Delgado Art or just Kevin Delgado. Just find him. Just find him. And then from Jeremy Hiler, this is the cover to Jeremy Hiler's self-published Batman bootleg book, Batman Heat. He did 4 Batman books last year. They're each supposed to represent a season, but this is Clayface, and obviously Batman's kind of ripping him off his face. I love Jeremy's work. I love supporting Jeremy. To own a cover from one of his books is an absolute pleasure for me. I will always support his work, and I will support work of creators that I can afford to support. And then speaking of affording, they did the live auction for on Saturday night, benefit the suicide hotline. And this piece was donated by somebody a couple of months, maybe halfway through the year, to Justine for the auction. And as soon as Justine showed me that, I was like, well, I'm going to win that. It wasn't even a question. It was a fact. And it's not that I, wanted to make a show of it, but when this went up for auction and it was going and I was bidding and somebody was bidding against me, I ended the auction with a high bid, knowing that I was happy paying that. I knew it was going to go to charity and I get to keep this piece. And this is going to get framed and go right up on my wall, about 6 feet from where my face is right now, next to a piece by Jim Rugg. I don't own any of Ed's art that is in the X-Men world, and this may be my only chance. So, it's a corner box. I'm not sure if this one was ever published. Clearly it wasn't finished, but he might have finished it and just scanned both and then combined the two. But still, it's from the Paul Smith era. You get the best of Storm, the Mohawk Storm, and Wolvie's on it. If Wolvie wasn't on it, I might not have been so hot to trot about it, but it's my all-time favorite comic characters. So I had to own it, and it goes to a good cause. So yeah, so that's my haul from the Eddie Pecan 2025. Thanks for watching, and a big shout out to all of the friends that I got to see, the hospitality from the Piskor family, and just a great vibe all around, and a very, very positive environment where creators got to sell books and create art, and we all got to enjoy seeing that. And congratulations to Devin for winning the belt. All in all, this was just a fantastic, positive experience from an amazing group of people in an amazing comic city. Like between the stores and the creators that are there, Pittsburgh is just such a delight for all people that love comics, from no matter what viewpoint you enjoy comics from, as a maker or reader, a collector, or all of those things. For my part, it's just great to have been involved in this. So hopefully next year we'll be bigger and better, and we'll keep doing it. Big thanks to all of you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out my podcast and my Patreon, yada, yada, yada. But I'll see you soon on the West Coast Davengers.
With Justine Piskor, you can do whatever you want. This is my channel.
Yeah, of my design. And by my design, I don't even know what the fuck I just said. Rock steady, Rock Hudson, Rick. I love how I'm just walking around with this goddamn microphone on.